Before most people even begin chasing their dreams, there is an unseen force at work. Invisible barriers that quietly prevent them from taking action. These barriers are not external obstacles like lack of money, connections, or resources. They live inside the mind, disguised as doubts, fears, and assumptions about who you are and what you can achieve. Understanding these invisible barriers is crucial, because until they are recognized and addressed, potential remains dormant and dreams remain unfulfilled. One of the most common invisible barriers is self-doubt. Self-doubt whispers in your mind, telling you that you're not capable, smart enough, or prepared. It convinces you to delay, hesitate, or avoid action altogether. Many people never attempt new challenges because they believe failure is inevitable. Self-doubt thrives on comparison. You see the achievements of others, the success stories on social media, or even the perfection you imagine in others, and suddenly your own abilities feel insufficient. Islam reminds us that Allah has granted every individual unique talents and potential. Denying yourself the chance to act is essentially denying the blessings Allah has placed within you. Another subtle barrier is fear of failure. This fear often masquerades as caution, telling you to wait until the right moment or until conditions are perfect. The truth is, perfect conditions rarely exist. Fear convinces people to remain in their comfort zones, where risk is minimized but growth is impossible. The Prophet Muhammad himself faced immense challenges, ridicule, and opposition, yet he moved forward with courage. Fear is natural, but allowing it to dictate your choices keeps your potential locked away. Overthinking is another invisible barrier. Many people become paralyzed by endless planning, worrying about the outcomes, imagining all the ways things could go wrong, and analyzing every tiny detail. Overthinking creates the illusion of preparation, but in reality it delays action. Success requires movement, even imperfect action, and overanalyzing keeps you frozen at the starting line. Islam emphasizes balance, plan and prepare, but trust in Allah's guidance for the outcome. Limiting beliefs also stop people before they begin. These are deeply ingrained convictions about what is possible or what you deserve. Thoughts like, "I'm not talented enough," "This is only for other people, not me," or "I could never do this," create invisible walls. Believers are encouraged to recognize that these thoughts are not truths. They are mental constructs that can be challenged and replaced with empowering beliefs. The Quran reminds us that human potential is vast, and He has subjected to you whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth, all from Him. Indeed, in that are signs for a people who give thought. Surah Al-Jathiyah 45:13. Every person has been granted capacity, opportunities, and resources. The challenge is recognizing and acting upon them. Another barrier is seeking external validation. Many people wait for approval, permission, or encouragement from others before taking action. They fear judgment, criticism, or ridicule. This dependency keeps them stagnant because waiting for external validation is often endless. Exceptional individuals learn to align their actions with purpose, faith, and personal values rather than with the approval of others. Comfort and complacency are powerful yet subtle barriers. Staying within the familiar, avoiding challenges, and maintaining a predictable routine may feel safe, but it prevents growth. Comfort creates inertia. The human mind naturally resists change because it requires energy, courage, and adaptability. But every step outside the comfort zone is a step toward unlocking hidden potential. Those who never challenge themselves often remain average because comfort dominates decision-making. Past failures and regrets can also act as invisible walls. People often let previous mistakes define their identity, convincing themselves that they cannot succeed this time. Holding on to past disappointment stifles motivation and fosters a fear of trying again. Islam teaches that tests and setbacks are opportunities for growth. Learning from failure rather than being defined by it is a key step in breaking free from invisible barriers. Invisible barriers can also come from negative environments and influences. Toxic relationships, discouraging peers, or unsupportive communities subtly shape your beliefs and behavior. When surrounded by doubt or criticism, you internalize those limitations and fail to act. Islam emphasizes the importance of surrounding yourself with righteous and encouraging company. A man follows the religion of his friend, so each one should consider whom he makes his friend. Abu Dawud. Supportive environments provide accountability, encouragement, and perspective, all of which help dismantle invisible barriers. Lastly, lack of clarity and purpose is an often overlooked barrier. Without a clear sense of direction, energy is scattered, motivation dwindles, and hesitation increases. Goals without purpose feel daunting, while clear intentions inspire action. Exceptional individuals focus on what truly matters to them and align their actions with values and faith. This alignment transforms potential into tangible results. Breaking invisible barriers requires awareness, reflection, and deliberate action. Recognize the thoughts, habits, and patterns that prevent you from starting. Challenge self-doubt and limiting beliefs. Confront fear with courage. Replace procrastination with consistent, purposeful action. Surround yourself with supportive influences and align your efforts with clear goals and faith in Allah's guidance. Islam teaches that effort combined with trust in Allah unlocks doors that fear and doubt cannot. Potential is not wasted, it is waiting to be realized. The invisible barriers may feel insurmountable, but once identified and addressed, they crumble, allowing you to take the first step toward growth, achievement, and the life Allah intended for you. One of the main reasons people fail before they even begin is because fear and overthinking quietly dominate their decision-making. These forces are invisible yet extremely powerful, capable of paralyzing action and keeping potential untapped. Fear convinces the mind that risks are too great, failure is inevitable, or the consequences of trying are too severe. Overthinking amplifies this fear, creating endless what-if scenarios that prevent you from ever taking the first step. Understanding how these forces operate and learning to overcome them is crucial for unlocking your potential. Fear is natural. It is a survival mechanism designed to protect you from harm. However, in the context of personal growth and achieving goals, fear often becomes counterproductive. Fear manifests in many forms: fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of rejection, or fear of uncertainty. Each of these can prevent you from starting anything that matters. People hesitate to launch a business, pursue a dream career, or even express their true ideas because fear convinces them that failure is inevitable. This is why many talented individuals remain average. Their potential is blocked before it even has a chance to emerge. Self-doubt and fear are closely linked. Fear magnifies doubt, and doubt strengthens fear. Together, they form a cycle that keeps you stuck. The moment you begin to think, "I might fail," or "I'm not good enough," fear gains a foothold. Over time, this pattern becomes habitual, creating an invisible wall that separates intention from action. Islam teaches that believers are capable of achieving far more than they often realize if they trust in Allah and act with courage. And whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him. Surah At-Talaq 65:3. Trust in Allah does not eliminate fear, but it provides the confidence to move forward despite it. Faith empowers action, reminding you that obstacles are part of life and are designed to shape character and resilience. Overthinking is another silent killer of potential. It turns simple decisions into mental mazes. People overanalyze outcomes, replay scenarios in their minds, and anticipate all possible mistakes before taking action. Overthinking creates the illusion of preparation, but in reality it is a way to avoid risk. By overthinking, you delay action indefinitely. This is why so many people fail without ever trying. The fear of what could go wrong is magnified by relentless mental replay and imagined consequences. Perfectionism is often a companion of overthinking. The desire to get everything exactly right before starting leads to procrastination. You might tell yourself, "I need to be fully prepared," or "I must have the perfect plan," but perfection is rarely achievable. Waiting for the perfect moment ensures that action is indefinitely postponed. Exceptional individuals understand that starting imperfectly and adjusting along the way is more effective than waiting for an ideal scenario. Islam teaches that sincere effort is valued more than flawless outcomes, so when you have decided, then rely upon Allah. Indeed, Allah loves those who rely upon Him. Surah Al-Imran 3:11-59. Fear and overthinking also feed off negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. Thoughts like, "I can't do this," "others are better than me," or "I'm not ready," reinforce hesitation. These beliefs are rarely based on reality. They are mental patterns cultivated over time through comparison, past experiences, or external discouragement. Islam encourages believers to recognize the potential Allah has placed within them and to act upon it. Another subtle aspect of fear and overthinking is the anticipation of judgment. People worry about what others will think, how they will respond, or whether they will approve. This social anxiety prevents action before it begins. Seeking validation or fearing criticism keeps people in their comfort zones, where growth is minimal and potential remains hidden. Exceptional individuals focus on purpose, integrity, and alignment with values rather than approval from others. Practical strategies for overcoming fear and overthinking begin with awareness. The first step is recognizing when fear or overthinking is influencing your decisions. Awareness allows you to separate reality from imagined threats. Ask yourself, is this fear based on actual risk or just a projection in my mind? Am I overanalyzing possibilities instead of acting? This self-inquiry helps break the cycle. Next is faith-driven courage. Acting despite fear requires trust in Allah's wisdom and timing. Believers are encouraged to combine sincere effort with reliance on Allah. When fear arises, remind yourself that challenges are a part of life and opportunities for growth. Courage does not remove fear, it transforms fear into a motivator for disciplined, purposeful action. Small, consistent action is another antidote. Fear and overthinking often feel overwhelming because the goal seems enormous. Breaking it into manageable steps makes it less intimidating. Every small action reduces the power of fear and builds momentum. Action is the antidote to paralysis. Movement generates confidence, clarity, and learning. Reflection and preparation also help. Anticipating challenges and creating plans reduces unnecessary anxiety. However, preparation should be a tool, not an excuse for inaction. Over-preparation is a form of procrastination fueled by fear. Faith-infused preparation balances planning with immediate action. Finally, building supportive environments is essential. Surround yourself with encouraging, positive, and like-minded people. Their support reinforces confidence and accountability. Negative or critical influences magnify fear and overthinking, making it more difficult to act. Islam emphasizes the impact of righteous companions. A man follows the religion of his friend, so each one should consider whom he makes his friend. Abu Dawood. Fear and overthinking are invisible barriers that silently sabotage potential. They prevent talented, capable individuals from taking the first step, often keeping dreams unfulfilled before they even begin. By recognizing these forces, confronting them with faith, breaking action into manageable steps, and surrounding oneself with positive support, you dismantle the paralysis they create. When fear and overthinking are managed, potential is no longer trapped, and the journey from intention to achievement begins. One of the most silent yet powerful reasons people fail before they even start is the presence of limiting beliefs. These are the thoughts, assumptions, and convictions that we hold about ourselves, our abilities, and the world around us, often without even realizing it. Limiting beliefs shape decisions, influence behavior, and quietly define the boundaries of what we believe is possible. Before any action is taken, these mental barriers are already at work, narrowing your choices and keeping your potential locked away. Limiting beliefs often begin early in life. They can form from past failures, negative experiences, or the influence of others, parents, teachers, peers, or society at large. Common examples include, I'm not smart enough, I don't have the right resources, success is for other people, not me. Even deeply spiritual people are not immune. They may feel that they are unworthy of greatness, or that Allah's blessings are limited to certain people. These beliefs are not truth. They are mental constructs that shape perception and action. Once these beliefs take root, they influence decision-making profoundly. Every choice you make, consciously or unconsciously, is filtered through them. For example, if you believe you are not capable of starting a business, you will avoid opportunities that could lead to growth. If you think you're not creative enough to pursue an idea, you won't even try. The moment belief limits possibility, action is curtailed. This is why so many people fail before they even start. The mind has already drawn the boundaries. Limiting beliefs are reinforced by fear and overthinking. When you doubt yourself, you anticipate failure, ridicule, or disappointment. Overthinking magnifies every potential risk, creating a mental loop that validates the limiting belief. This creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Belief in limitation leads to hesitation, hesitation prevents action, and inaction reinforces the idea that you are incapable. Islam teaches that human potential is a trust from Allah, and it is the responsibility of each believer to cultivate it. The Quran frequently emphasizes the vast capacity and potential Allah has granted humanity, and He has subjected to you whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth, all from Him. Indeed, in that are signs for a people who give thought. Surah Al-Jathiyah 45:13. This verse reminds us that the resources, skills, and opportunities available to us are abundant. Limiting beliefs obscure this truth, causing people to underestimate themselves and the tools at their disposal. Another common limiting belief is comparing oneself to others. People look at successful friends, family members, or public figures and think, I could never achieve that. Comparison shifts focus from personal growth to external validation, creating self-doubt and discouragement. Exceptional individuals understand that everyone's journey is unique. Potential is realized by measuring progress against oneself, not against others. Past failures often fuel limiting beliefs as well. When someone experiences setbacks, they may internalize the experience. I failed once, I will fail again. This belief ignores the lessons learned and the growth gained from failure. Islam teaches that tests, trials, and mistakes are part of personal development. The key is to reflect, adjust, and continue striving rather than allowing past errors to define your future. Societal and cultural conditioning can also implant limiting beliefs. Certain norms or expectations may suggest what is possible for someone like you based on gender, background, or social class. These invisible restrictions influence self-perception and decision-making. True potential requires recognizing these societal limitations as constructs, not truths, and choosing to act according to faith, values, and personal goals rather than external assumptions. Breaking limiting beliefs requires awareness and active challenge. First, identify the thoughts that consistently undermine you. Write them down, examine them critically, and question their validity. Are they based on evidence or assumption? Do they reflect your actual potential, or are they inherited from past experiences or external opinions? By separating fact from fiction, you begin to dismantle the mental barriers that shape your choices. Next is replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Instead of, I can't do this, tell yourself, with effort, faith, and guidance from Allah, I am capable of growth and success. Affirming your potential daily rewires thought patterns and strengthens resolve. Islamic teachings emphasize intention, niyya, effort, ijtihad, and reliance on Allah, tawakkul, as core components of success. These principles provide both confidence and direction in overcoming mental limitations. Action is essential to overcoming limiting beliefs. Belief alone is not enough. It must be paired with deliberate, consistent steps. Each step challenges the narrative that you are incapable. Every small success reinforces the idea that limitations exist only in the mind. This creates a cycle of growth. Action builds confidence, confidence weakens limiting beliefs, and weakening these beliefs encourages further action. Mentorship and support also play a critical role. Surrounding yourself with people who believe in your potential and encourage growth reinforces empowering beliefs. Islam teaches the importance of righteous companions, emphasizing that your environment profoundly influences your mindset and choices. Negative influences can validate limiting beliefs, while positive ones help dismantle them. Limiting beliefs also thrive in isolation. Reflection, prayer, and reliance on Allah provide spiritual guidance and clarity. Through dua, supplication, and remembrance, dhikr, believers cultivate courage, patience, and conviction, which counteract internalized doubts. Recognizing that your abilities are a trust from Allah motivates action and strengthens resilience in the face of obstacles. In summary, limiting beliefs are invisible chains that shape decisions, block action, and keep potential unrealized. They stem from past experiences, fear, societal influence, and self-doubt. The key to overcoming them is awareness, reflection, replacement with empowering beliefs, consistent action, and reliance on Allah. By dismantling these mental barriers, you transform hesitation into confidence, fear into courage, and potential into achievement. One of the biggest reasons people fail before they even try is that they get stuck in the stage of intention without ever moving to action. The gap between wanting something and actually doing it can be wide and intimidating. Dreams, goals, and ideas are meaningless unless they are acted upon. Many people have clear intentions but fail to take the first step because of fear, uncertainty, overthinking, or self-doubt. Turning intention into action is the bridge that transforms potential into reality, and understanding how to cross that bridge is crucial for anyone seeking success. The first step requires clarity of purpose. When your intention is vague or undefined, it's easy to procrastinate. You might say, "I want to improve my life," but without specific goals or a concrete plan, the desire remains abstract. Defining what you want to achieve, why it matters to you, and how it aligns with your values and faith provides motivation and direction. Islam emphasizes intention, niyyah, as the foundation of action. Actions are judged by intentions, and everyone will get what was intended. Hadith, Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. This teaches that intention must be accompanied by deliberate action, otherwise it remains unfruitful. Your intention must be strong, clear, and purposeful to fuel the courage needed to act. Fear and uncertainty are often what prevent the first step. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of the unknown all create mental barriers. Many people spend months, even years, planning and thinking, but never actually start. Taking the first step does not require perfection or readiness. It requires courage to act despite uncertainty. The Prophet Muhammad faced immense obstacles, criticism, and danger, yet he took action aligned with his mission, step by step, trusting in Allah. Faith provides the courage to move forward even when the path is unclear. Small, deliberate actions are the key to bridging intention and achievement. Many people get overwhelmed because they focus on the entire journey instead of one step at a time. Breaking down your goal into manageable tasks makes action more achievable. Each small step builds confidence, reduces fear, and creates momentum. Momentum is essential because it transforms hesitation into habit and inaction into progress. Consistency is more important than intensity. You don't need to take massive leaps immediately. What matters is showing up daily, making incremental progress, and committing to a rhythm of action. Islam teaches that consistent effort, even if small, is rewarded and can lead to exponential growth. Do good deeds properly, sincerely, and moderately. Quran 73:20. By taking regular, focused steps, you reinforce your intention with action, slowly breaking the barrier of inaction and building a habit of progress. Preparation is helpful, but not a trap. Many people over-prepare because they fear mistakes or failure. Preparation should inform action, not replace it. Over-preparation often becomes a form of procrastination, giving the illusion of readiness while preventing real progress. Acting imperfectly and learning along the way is far more effective than waiting for ideal conditions. Every step teaches lessons, builds resilience, and refines strategy. Mindset transformation is essential to taking the first step. Beliefs like "I'm not ready" or "I can't do this" must be replaced with empowering thoughts. "I can learn as I go," "I have been given the resources and skills to start," and "Allah will guide me as I act." This shift changes hesitation into confidence, doubt into determination, and intention into action. Accountability and support systems also play a crucial role. Sharing your intentions with supportive, faith-driven individuals creates external motivation. Others can encourage you, provide guidance, and hold you accountable. Surrounding yourself with positive influences reduces fear, reinforces belief in your capabilities, and makes taking the first step less intimidating. Islam highlights the importance of righteous companionship. A person is upon the religion of his friend, so let each of you look at whom he befriends. Abu Dawud. Taking action requires embracing imperfection and learning from mistakes. The first step will rarely be flawless. Many people avoid starting because they fear mistakes, but mistakes are not failures. They are opportunities for learning and growth. Each misstep provides insight, strengthens resolve, and prepares you for bigger challenges. Those who achieve greatness often stumble many times before reaching success, and each fall contributes to wisdom and skill. Spiritual reliance enhances action. Making dua, supplication for courage, guidance, and clarity, reinforces intention and strengthens resolve. Trusting Allah while acting instills confidence that the effort you put forth has meaning, regardless of immediate outcomes. Action without faith can feel lonely and uncertain, while faith without action produces no tangible results. The combination of both is transformative. Finally, celebrating progress reinforces action. Recognize each step you take, no matter how small. This creates a positive feedback loop. Each success strengthens belief in your abilities, making subsequent steps easier and more confident. Action builds momentum, and momentum builds achievement. Turning intention into action is the difference between failure and success before you even begin. Faith, clarity, courage, preparation, consistency, and reflection create a framework to move from thought to reality. The invisible barriers of fear, doubt, and overthinking are broken the moment you act, even imperfectly. Every first step is a declaration that potential is no longer dormant. It is being realized, nurtured, and put into motion.